Hello, I'm Veggie Loaf, and I will not do anything for love, but I might do that. This is Board, Deck and Dice, and today we are looking at Stellar Conflict. Stellar Conflict is a card game that plays a little bit like a miniatures game. In Stellar Conflict, in the base box, you get 4 different classes or clans. You get the green this, and their special ability is that they fire a blue, some of their ships fire these blue lasers. I can't find it, there's one with the blue laser there, and that blue laser will delay the initiative on another ship it hits by +2, so you just pop a +2 token on it and that ship won't fire for a further 2 rounds. The blue VAC ships, they have orange lasers which penetrate shields. The Hexi red ships, they have 2 initiative points. These are the initiatives here, so they will fire at turn 13 and turn 16 should it still be alive. And then Tetrakori, I'm definitely saying that right, these are my favourites actually, even though it's not an impressive power like that. They have 3 or 4 of these little ghost ships which cost nothing to put out and don't give any score to the opponent if they destroy them, so you can literally swarm with those ghost ships. Each clan has 2 ships that are free, apart from the Tekratori, who have the aforementioned ghosts, and that is a cargo ship and a flagship, and those will always go into your pile. And what happens is you have a certain amount of time, and it's very short, between 30 seconds and a minute and a half, depending on how many players and how difficult you want to make it, and a certain amount of points that you can use to build your fleet. So you start with a cargo ship, you place that face down, and then you look through, and this little coin number here under the value, which is at the end of the game, is how much this one costs. So let's say I've got 10, I've got 3 there, 2 there, that's 5, another 2 there, that's 7, there's a 1, 8, 9, 10, and then my flagship goes on the end. So I've built a deck of 10 points there, and let's say I do the same with, we'll get rid of these 2, we'll just do a 2-player game. So I do the same with the Hexi. So I've got my cargo ship, then I've got a 2-pointer there, a 2-pointer there, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, a 1 and a 1, 10. And if I haven't finished by the time runs out, tough, that's it. So it's kind of real-time phase, and then you will flip your cards over and you'll have another real-time phase, which goes incredibly quickly, of putting your ships out anywhere on the board. So I'll be putting that there, my opponent might have put their cargo ship over here, so I'll think like, alright, I want to shoot him, I'll put it there. Once you've let go, you can't do it. In the meantime, he's done that to try and hit mine, and then that one goes there, and so on, and let's just put 3 of each out just to show you. So, and of course the flagships, let's get the flagships out. This one we're going to put there. Now, you may have noticed there's a lot of information on these cards. I've already talked about the value, which is the little coin number under there. You can't see it, the flagship doesn't have one, remember. This is how much its hit points, how many it can take. This is the points it is worth, and this is the initiative. So once you put out all your ships, again, if you run out of time, tough, you then look for the lowest initiative. So we've got a 7 there. Oh, before you do that, good memory, you put 5 bits of cargo onto the cargo ships, like so. I just move these in a bit. So you have cargo on those ships, and every time a laser hits a cargo ship, it steals a bit of that cargo until the cargo ship is destroyed. You then will take an elastic band each, and you look for the lowest of the initiatives, and they all fire simultaneously. Some of the cards have these red borders. That is a shield which cannot be breached unless you have the special lasers, or which are on the back, so none of these. The only thing we have to watch out for here is ion laser and the double initiative. Those are the 2 special powers in advance. So 7 goes. We've got a 3-point laser here. Green is 3, red is 2, and purple is 1. And we look at where that hits. That goes straight into that shield, so that does no effect. It also fires this way, and oh dear, it's hit its own ship for 2 points, So we get the damage and we put 2 points of damage on that. That has 4 points of damage, so that is still in the game. We then look at the other 7s, that one misses. Where's the other 7? This one fires twice at 7 and 9, so it fires the cargo ship, hits it for 3. So it takes cargo off there. And then it also fires here, hits its own one for 1. So you put, where are the red ones? There's a red one on there. That should have been green, shouldn't it? Because it did its own damage. Sorry about that. And then there's one more 7 here, which hits its own cargo ship. Actually, I made a mistake there, didn't I? Hit your own cargo ship, you don't take cargo. So that does nothing, and that one does nothing. And so on. So if one gets destroyed by your laser, you take it and put it in your pile. So let's say a green destroyed this one, you take it and put it in a pile. If it's got any cargo, that just goes. And if you destroy one of your own ships, you take it and put it in your pile, and that's worth negative points at the end. And basically you add up the points you have at the end, which is the number in the planet, plus any cargo that you have, and minus any of your own ships that you've shot. It's an incredibly quick game. Scoring takes as long as some of the other rounds because you're constantly kind of working out what hits what, and you can either go straight down or use the shadow to keep a straight line. But it is an incredibly fun game. I think it's brilliant. I love the timed aspect, although you have to agree, and I think it's good, especially people playing the first time. 1 minute can seem like a long time until you're forced to do something. It requires maths and some thinking in 1 minute. So I would say before you do those rounds, just have a couple of practices so people get used to the timing, or maybe play a dry run through first. But it's brilliant. It can go up to 4 players. Like I said, there's 4 different clans in this. They work really well. My favourite is the one with the extra ships, where you just can whack them in without even worrying because they cost nothing. You can use them defensively because if someone's going to laser your cargo ship, you can put that in the way and try and do stuff. And there's all sorts of sneaky things. The first person I played put their cargo ship right in the corner at the start while everyone else was doing their things, and no one noticed it, and no one got any of their cargo, and they got bonus for having cargo at the end. The rulebook is quite long considering how simple the game actually is. And not the easiest, I would say. Intimidation factor, for me, I opened this up and was like quite excited by it. It looked good. I'd seen reviews. There's different ships, and there's a lot of numbers on the card. So intimidation factor, there is, especially if you're not used to this sort of game, there is an intimidation factor there. Like if you looked at this card, you've got a 7 over a 9, a 3, a 2 and a 2, lasers going off that way, and shields and all sorts. So there is some intimidation factor there. The biggest negative with this game is that this is the size of the box, and I have to band that box together because once it's got all the stuff in, it kind of sits like that rather than flat. It comes from Artipia Games. The good news is that Stronghold Games has picked the rights up to publish this, and Stronghold and Artipia are bringing out a reprint of this, and they're going to put it in a bigger box, the shape of the Diamonds box, and I think they're going to improve card quality as well, although I haven't got any complaints about that. It's quite good. So intimidation factor quite high if you look at the cards, and the instructions not that approachable, but bear with it, play around, get yourself through it, you'll do alright. So despite the intimidation factor, despite the instructions not being the clearest and needing a few read-throughs, because there are some little rules, this is a fun game. It's quick, it's real time. If you like that sort of thing, if you want to have a quick game with your friends that's a bit manic, this is a keeper. Thank you very much for watching Board, Deck and Dice, and we'll see you again next time.